Wait, you guys, wait. I might have been 14. Who knows? Maybe him and Drake have a lot to talk about. You never know. Millie, why? Thank you. That's enough. All right. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I asked everyone on my Instagram what type of video they'd like to see next, if they'd like to see a video on how I got cyberbullied or how I got catfished, and surprisingly, not so surprisingly, everyone voted for how I got catfished for almost 3 years. Now, before you judge me, I was in middle school from like 6th grade to 8th grade. I was catfished, and should I have seen the signs? Probably. But I was a delusional child who had no friends after being cyberbullied, so look out for that video. And being the delusional child I was seeking attention anywhere I could get it. And it just made sense in my mind at the time. Looking back now, I'm like, wow! How did you not get kidnapped? How are you still here? Like, you know? To give you a little bit of background, I had already had internet friends who were like across the pond. Shout out Olivia, shout out Alicia, Brandon, you're in there too, Xander, miss y'all. And we had group chats and stuff, and we talk and we'd send photos all the time, so I knew they were real. So why wouldn't these people be real? You know? So yeah, at the time I was like a real edgy kid. I had like an Instagram account where I posted all my depressed like poems and like stuff, you know? Please don't go looking for it. And anyways, this person reached out to me and was just like, I feel the same way that you feel. We should be friends. From there, it kind of just developed. Let me give you some stats on this man. He apparently was 17 years old in 2015. And I, in 2015, was, let me see, I was 13 years old. Wait, you guys, wait. I might have been 14. Who knows? Maybe him and Drake have a lot to talk about. You never know. Oh, and let's not forget, apparently he was 6'5". And because he battled an eating disorder, at some point, at his 6'5" stature, he weighed 56 pounds. I don't know about y'all, but this is apparently what a 56-pound, 6'5" person looks like. That's Slenderman. Point of the story, I was being catfished by Slenderman. No, just kidding. Actually, it's a lot worse than that. Anyways, yeah, we started talking on Kik. If you were on Kik from like 2010 to 2016, you are a victim. You have been victimized. You can call this phone number. You might be eligible for financial compensation. No, but actually, it's actually insane, but that's a whole different story. So Kik at the time had this feature where if you logged out of the account and then logged back in, all of your chats were deleted. Like you could not go back into your messages, right? And basically what would happen is that he would text me there, right? And we started talking, we developed a friendship of the sorts, and then he created a second persona. And that persona was Adam. So I probably should have figured that the second persona was just Phil, whoever Phil was, because like I said, the Kik feature, whenever you would log out, it would lock you out. You'd have to like re-enter, all your chats would be deleted, but you also couldn't log into 2 accounts at the same time, like on 2 devices. Like if I wanted to log into one device and then the other device, you couldn't do that on the same account. It would log you out automatically, right? Like on Snapchat. And so whenever I tried to have a conversation with one of them, it would take forever for the other one to reply, and it was just like a back and forth. And then if we were in a group chat, only one of them would ever reply, and then the other one would reply, and it was very confusing. And I wanted to question it at the time, but I just didn't, because I was like, friends, better than no friends, you know? So basically Adam was supposed to be the boyfriend to Phil, which now thinking back on it, I'm like, Adam and Phil. Someone they posted a lot about was Dan and Phil. Not only that, but apparently Phil's last name was Howard. Phil Howard. For those of you who don't know, Dan's last name is Howell. The pieces are clicking, and I'm getting more frustrated. Anyways, yeah, the relationship was not good. It was not a good relationship. How do I explain? I was in a very, very bad mental state at the time. I had no friends from being cyberbullied and all that. And so my whole life was literally online. I would talk to people online 24/7. That was my only like source of companionship. And so I developed a very weird, would it be a parasocial relationship? No, because I don't know what type of relationship you would call it. But it was very codependent. Honestly, speaking about it is giving me a little bit of anxiety, just because thinking back at how desperate I was for friends and how far I would go, is scary. Like, there's kids who still feel that way and do those things now, and with the way technology is, I mean, the way that I got hooked in was, I'm a people pleaser, a big people pleaser, always have been, always will be. And when he came to me, Phil came to me and was like, I'm sad, I've lost everyone, because, oh, his backstory, tragic backstory, right? Oh, it hooked me right in, like, trapped me. He told me that his mom died, his mom passed away, and him and his sister were homeless, orphans, blah blah blah, super abused, starved, like didn't have enough money to eat, could barely afford shelter, stuff like that. And then his sister died too. So everyone in his life was just dying. You know, anyone who I could ask questions about would be like, so Phil, you know, they were all dead. But then also apparently he had a baby mama, and her name was Hazel, right? And Hazel and him had 2 kids before he discovered that he was gay. Named Cody and Celestia. Honestly, I'm looking back right now and I'm like, how did you not see it? How did you not see it? All the signs were there. It's literally red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. But I was just such a desperate kid. Like, such a desperate kid. And honestly, thank goodness that I was not harmed worse than I could have been, you know? I was, like, so desperate that anyone could have taken advantage of me. You know, and people did, but, like, at least it wasn't as bad as others, you know? I can look back and laugh. The complexities of Phil and Adam's relationship don't really matter as much. At one point they were dating, then they got engaged, and the real parts that I'm like, wow, how did you not notice sooner were like their engagement posts. They never posted photos of themselves or pictures in their everyday life. It was always like a really bad, like blacked out screen with like a tiny little smidge showing in the corner. I do have one photo of Phil. That's Phil, apparently, quote unquote. I do not know who that person is. Please do not send any hate or anything if they are a real person, if they exist, like, if their photo was probably being used maliciously. So that is not their fault. But yeah, that's apparently Phil. Never got a photo of Adam though. Wait, no, yes I did. Yes I did. Yes I did. I'm remembering now. They at one point sent me a photo of them in Halloween costumes cosplay as Prince Bubblegum, Marshall Lee, and Fiona. I wish I could find that photo. It probably exists online somewhere because it was just like cosplayers, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, Prince Bubblegum is holding the camera, taking the photo, and then Fiona and Marshall Lee, I think, are kissing. I'm not sure, which at the time I like questioned, was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but they were like, no, it's okay, it's for the cosplay. I just know this video is gonna be everywhere, and I'm so sorry if you can't keep up. I really hope you guys can though. Okay, so apparently at this point, Adam and Phil are together. They have gotten engaged. Do you know where they got engaged? They apparently got engaged in Paris Disneyland. These are some of the photos posted about that. Yeah, I don't know how I looked at those photos and ever went, yeah, that's real. That definitely happened. Please, girl, get a grip. Anyway, so yeah, the relationship just continued from there. We would talk about how I was like severely depressed, and I felt super alone and lost, and I said a lot of really embarrassing stuff to them, and like, I hope the person who was like catfishing me never releases any of that, like, but also like, it'd be kind of funny to go back and be like, Millie, you're cringe, like, I would kick you, you know? And now you're probably wondering, how did the relationship end? What happened? Why do you guys not talk anymore? Well, apparently Adam was dying from a genetic disorder, whatever you might want to call it, called fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, FOP, also known as living statue syndrome. If I said that wrong, I'm very sorry, but apparently it only affects like 2 in a million people. So shout out to the people I offended. And yeah, so apparently he was dying from that disorder, and I really couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything about it. They were supposedly broke, and they decided to just spend the rest of their time traveling the world, and then I'm pretty sure committed together, you know? I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I blocked out a bunch of it. My childhood was very traumatic. Not actually, but like, in a way. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure they had a joint pact and they just took themselves out, and I'm pretty sure I remember like, please, for like hours endlessly, and then days following. If you followed along with that and were like, girl, how did you manage to get catfished? I don't know. I'm seriously wondering myself. Like, I looked back at all of this and was just like, wow. I really do, like I've said, feel that it was because I was so desperate to be accepted and loved as a kid, and to just have any friends, and that validation, male validation especially, was really important. Having someone that I felt like at the time maybe cared about my feelings and asked how I was doing was a lot more impactful than I thought it was. It just sucks that I was catfished. Like, I don't conclusively know that I was catfished, but let's be honest, I was being catfished. So yeah, it's embarrassing. Like, I sit there and I'm just like, how did you for a second believe that a 6'5" person in the UK was talking with you every day, while also maintaining relationships with his kids and having a fiance who's dying, while also dealing with the death of his mom and his sister? And it was just so much. Like, I can't even begin to explain. And I hope to actually talk to some of the other people who were catfished by them, and maybe get to the bottom of it. I have always had a feeling that it was someone I went to school with, mostly just because they followed a lot of people that went to my school, and they followed a bunch of other people too, but it was all people who were in that whole like, I'm sad and depressed, I need friends on Instagram. And but like, all the rest of the people went to my school, and I don't want to call them out and be like, they definitely had problems, but I know a lot of them did. And so it just feels really weird that we were all kind of targeted by someone who actively posted and talked about how they wanted to help people and stuff. It just feels so weird, you know? Being catfished is so crazy to me, but it happened. And, you know, I mean, at least I came out of it okay. Nothing happened to me, you know? So that's all I could ask for. If you happen to have any questions about like exactly what happened, if you feel really confused on something I said and you're like, Millie, I need you to explain, please just drop it down below. I'm happy to answer anything. I am an open book. Just this topic makes me really anxious and I just start spiraling and my brain goes, you know? So it's hard for me to process and articulate everything I want to say in a proper way. And before anyone thinks I forgot, I did not. I, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate so much all the views on my last video. I really feel like you guys heard me say 400 views, and took that as a challenge. For real, because over 1,000 views. And like, honestly, it's not about the views. 10 people could watch my video, and if those 10 people enjoy it, that would be everything to me. I would love that. But the fact that 1,000 people got to see my video and a bunch of them decided to comment and subscribe and were like, I like you, you're cool, means the world to me. I love you guys too. And I'm always down to talk about anything, everything. So comment down below. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm almost at 100 subscribers and I've been looking at that milestone like, we're almost there. We're almost there. So I'm so excited. It's really been a pleasure. Again, really appreciative for everything, every comment, every like, every subscriber. I love and I love interacting with each and every one of you. So always I'll always try my best to reply. I love you guys. This has been this weekday's video. I don't know, we really got to figure out a schedule, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.